logarithmic functions. Example 5, the graph of logarithmic function f of x is equal to the log base 3 of x, graph the transformed functions. Hint, use the graphic utilities. First of all, just let me interpret some transformation what can happen in g of x with respect to parent function f of x log base 3 of x. Example 1, we have a log base 3 of x minus 1. Here we are going to have a horizontal transformation or a horizontal translation for 1 unit to the right of the parent function f of x. Second, g of x is equal to log base 3 of x minus 1. This function, we are going to have a vertical translation for 1 unit down. Example 3, g of x is a minus log 3 of x. We are going here to have a reflection over x-axis of f of x. And 4, we have a log 3 minus x. Here we have a reflection over x-axis, over y-axis, I'm sorry. In number 4, g of x, log 3 base of minus x, we are going to have a reflection over y-axis. And number 5, g of x, log 3x plus 2 plus 1. In this, we are going to have a horizontal translation for 2 units to the left and 1 unit up. And in this function 6, g of x is equal with 1 minus log 3 of x. We are going, in this case, we are going to have a vertical translation for 1 unit up, and then this function is going to be reflected over the x-axis. So f of x is going to be reflected over x-axis. But if you want to see now this how they look in the picture here, and we are drawing with the graphing utilities, we have this way. For instance, y is equal to log 3 base 3 of x is the red function here. And if we are looking at the green, the blue one, y is equal to log base 3 of x plus 1, it means that this function is going to be for 1 unit up. So if we are looking at the blue one, and we look at this point here, especially when x is intercepted in the x-axis, is going at this point to move for 1 unit up. Now if we're looking at the green function is log x minus 3. It means a horizontal translation for 3 units. And if we look in here in the x-intercept, here we can view much better. And if we are looking, as I said before, is going to be horizontal translation for 3 units to the right is 1 unit, 2 unit, and 3 units. So as we see, the x-intercept is going to move for 3 units on the right side. But as we see here, here keeps this 3 points. But if we are going on the upper side, this can change. But that's what I'm saying. The most important to the x-intercept or y-intercept we are looking in these cases. How is going to be this translation? Now, y, for example, we have a purple. Y is equal to minus log base 3 of x. So the purple one, as we see, compared to the red function, we have this function is going to be reflected over x-axis. And finally, the black one, what we have here in this graph, y is equal to minus 1 minus log base 3 of x. What happened? The log of x is going, for example, to compare with the red one, going for 1 unit up, but then is going the reflection over x-axis, and this is what is the reflection over x-axis, what is represented here. And just I want to say the last thing for this one. If we're looking for the domain of this function, the domain is from 0 to infinity, so is open interval from 0 to infinity, so it does not include the endpoints. But if we are looking now for the range of this function here, of all those functions what we are looking here, all those functions, they have the same range, is from minus infinity to infinity. And again, just to mention the one last thing, and the domain is for all this function is the same, from 0 to infinity.